going to show you how to make this little tweeting bird charm bracelet here. So I've got some of the heavier chain, which is quite large links, and I've got elasticity. This is a 0.8mm elasticity. You can get it in clear or in black, but obviously for this one it's better in clear so it doesn't show. So the first thing I'm going to do is we want to thread this elasticity through the links in the chain, and then what we do is we gather the chain on the elasticity so it gives quite a nice effect. So it's really just like doing a running stitch, to be honest with you. You just go up the first link and back down the second link. Oops. And then up the third and down the fourth. And you're just going to do that along the whole length of the chain. I've got 80 centimetres here. I find that when that's gathered up, that makes about the right size for a bracelet. So just keep going up and down so that it runs right through the chain. So I've got one here that I've already done. You can see if I just stretch it out, that's the chain with the elasticity running through it. And then if you gather it all up, it makes a really nice effect. So I'm just going to pull this around and knot the elasticity. And you can be much firmer with this than people think. Give it a good old tug and pull the knots quite tight. I normally do 2 or 3. You can, if you like to make it a bit more secure, put a little dab of nail varnish or glue actually on the knot and let that dry before you actually trim the ends off. So we've got our bracelet here. So we now want to pop some beads and the charms on it. So for the little tweeting bird charms, I've got a jump ring. This is a 5mm jump ring I've got here. If you hold it in the pliers with the opening at the top and just twist it open and hang the charm on it, and then you need to attach it to the bracelet. So literally just find one of the loops in the chain and then twist that jump ring back so it closes. See, it closes nice and securely. You haven't got any gaps there that's going to make it fall off. So I've got 5 of the little tweeting birds here. Now these instructions and lists of what you need can be found on the website beadsunlimited.co.uk. So just pop those on. I'm just spreading them around, trying to do them evenly, just doing it by eye. I mean, you can, if you like, measure them. But the beauty of these is it's only on a jump ring. If you find afterwards you want to move it a little bit, you've only got to open up the jump ring and move it. It's not like you've got to restring the whole thing. So don't spend too long worrying about exactly where you put them. There we go. So that's my little tweeting birds on there. Now I want to put some beads on. I've got some miracle beads here, some 8mm and 6mm miracle beads in 2 different colours. So we need to put those on with head pins. So the head pins are the pins with a flat end. So I just slide my bead on there. Now we want to make a loop at the top of here, which we can attach to the chain. First of all, I'm going to cut off the excess. You want to keep about 1 centimetre for your loop, so cut off the excess. Then I'm going to use the round nose pliers. I'm just going to actually bend that over first. Very end of the loop, part way down the pliers. If you do it on the thin end of the pliers, it's a little bit too small to actually get onto the chain. And if you do it on the very fat end of the pliers, it's just a bit too big and chunky for this piece. So part way down the pliers. You get the loop about 2/3 of the way round, and then again hook that onto a link in the chain, and then use the round nose pliers to pull that around. And again, the important thing is the loop touches back to itself. It doesn't matter if it's not completely round, but it's got to touch back to itself so it doesn't fall off. So I've got some here, I've put on the head pins and I've just already cut off the excess. So again, it's just making the loop and attaching it to the link on the chain. So I've got 5 of each colour in the 8mm, and I think I've got 6 there of each colour in the 6mm bead. You can put some smaller ones on as well if you like, just whatever you fancy really. So again, put it onto the chain, using the round nose pliers back inside and close it up. And you just need to do that until you've popped all your beads on there. Okay, so once you've just put all your beads on there, as I say, I've got 8mm and 6mm beads on there, and I've just spaced them out, as I say, just by sight so that it looks nice and even.